The long flight felt like a blur to Thong. His body was seated in the plane, but his mind was far away, still trapped on the scene, still hearing Shankuk's desperate voice calling out his name, still feeling the warmth of his baby in his arms. Now sitting in the car, the sound of his child crying in the back seat, his mind can barely read that. He couldn't bring himself to turn around to look at his son in the back seat. When they finally arrived at home, Thong's father gently took him and carried him into the house. The moment he stepped inside, his mother rushed toward him, her cries filling the room. Mrs. Kim, Thong, my baby, she sobbed, pulling him into the tight embrace. Thong froze for a moment, his arms slipped to his side. Soon his eyes widened before he finally cries. Thong, Mom, he whispered, his voice cracking as he hugged her tight, tears falling down. Mrs. Kim. His father, who rarely showed emotion, stood beside them, his own eyes glistening with unshed tears. You are home now, son, he says softly, his voice cracking. You are safe. Thong cries harder at those words, the reality now hitting him. Safe? Was he really safe? He didn't feel like it. His heart felt like it had been ripped apart. A piece of it still left behind with Shankuk and his baby. As they laid him to sit on the couch, his mother cupped his face. Mrs. Kim, are you okay, Thong? Did he hurt you? Are you eating well? How are you feeling? She asked desperately. Thong struggled to answer. I don't know. He admitted, his voice barely audible. His father sat down beside him, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. Mr. Kim, you don't have to talk about it now if you are not ready, he said gently. But now that you are here, we are here for you. We have missed you so much, so much. His mother nodded, tears still streaming down her face. You are not alone anymore, Thong. We will take care of you. Just tell us what you need. We are here for you. You are not alone. Just remember that, baby. You are our kid and we love you so much. Thong still at them, their love and concern making him emotional. He wanted to tell them everything, to pour out all his pain and fear he had been holding inside. But the word wouldn't come. All he could do was cry. He's trying hard to hold himself together. Thong was sitting on the couch, lost in thought, when a haunted memory of his baby's cry passed through his mind. Panic took over him as he jolted up, his eyes roaming around to look at the room for his child. But his baby was nowhere to be found. Thong, where is my baby? He muttered to himself, stumbling toward the door in daze. He yanked it open, scanning outside, but the yard was empty. His heart sunk as he turned back toward the house, his father blocking his path. Commissioner Kim, where are you going, Thong? He demanded, his voice cold. Thong grabbed his father's arm, shaking him. Where is my baby? Where did you take him? I need my baby. His voice cracked, tears spilling down his cheek. You can't do this to me. You can't take him away. His father remained silent, but his lack of response only fueled Thong's desperation. Answer me, where is he? Thong roared, his voice echoing through the house as he shoved his father back. Mr. Kim, forgot the child, Thong. His father finally said, his tone sharp and dismissive. That child is a mistake, a burden. You should forget him and move on with your life. Thong, what did you say? Don't you dare to say that again, Dad. Thong was angry as he raised his voice at his own dad, pointing a finger at him. Mr. Kim. Thong. Mr. Kim roared. Where are your manners? You are talking to me like that? For that unwanted child? Thong. Those words hit Thong like a punch to his gut. His hands clenched into a fist and his vision blurred with anger and heartbreak. Unwanted? You think he is unwanted? You call it my child unwanted? He grabbed his dad's collar. He is not unwanted, Mr. Kim. He is my son. Mine. My son, Taijun. You can't say he is unwanted because me and his dad love him so much that we can fight the world for him. You have already taken Shankuk from me. He said, his voice trembling with anger. And now you want to take my child too? Over my dead body. His father reached out, attempting to calm him, but Thong stepped back, his entire body trembling. No, don't touch me. He screamed, his voice breaking as he started throwing everything inside. Glass shattered, pieces frame hit the floor, and furniture was over. He was going out of control in fury. I need my baby, he screamed. collapsing on his knees. I need him back. You can't take him away. You can't. The sound of baby's cry suddenly rang from outside. Tong froze, his head snapped toward the door, his heart pounding in his chest. The cry grew louder, and then, like a miracle, someone stepped into the home carrying a small baby. It was Maid, who had always cared for him growing up. She held the baby close, her expression filled with guilt. Maid, sir, I couldn't do it, she whispered. I couldn't take him to the orphanage. I brought him back. Tong. Tong caught up his feet, running toward her with trembling hands. His father's voice rang behind. Mr. Kim, what are you doing? That child is not staying here. Tong. But Tong's dad didn't care. He took the baby from the maid, holding him close to his chest, fresh tears streaming down his face. Shh, it's okay. I'm here. Mama is here, baby. Mama is here. Don't cry, baby. Love, don't cry. He whispered, pressing kisses on the baby's forehead. I won't let anyone take you away. Not on my watch, baby. His father rushed toward him, but Tong turned him with fire in his eyes. Take one step more, and I swear you will regret it. He roared, clutching the baby protectively. I have lost Tina because of you. I won't lose my child, Mr. Kim. His father hesitated. You don't understand, Tong. That child? Tong. I don't care. Tong cut him off. This is my child, my baby, and if you try to take him away, I will leave this house and never come back. Commissioner Kim froze, his lips parting to argue, but he found no words. Tong's mother stepped forward, her face pale with worry. Mrs. Kim, let it go, she said softly, placing her hand on her husband's arms. We can't push him any further. For once, Commissioner Kim didn't argue. He stepped back, watching as Tong cradled his baby with a relief. Tong sunk onto the floor, rocking his child gently as the baby's cry began to shower. He kisses the tiny hand, whispering, I will protect you no matter what, I promise. Mama will protect you, baby. Tong's mother took him to his room. She closed the door, leaving him alone with the child, but then something told her to stop here and watch her son for some time. Tong's mother quietly opened the bedroom door, peeking inside. Her heart sunk as she saw her son sitting on the bed, cradling his baby in his arms. With a soft smile on his lips, he was gently rocking the child. His entire world now revolved around the tiny baby. The way he looked at the baby with so much love and adoration broke something inside her. This wasn't the Tong she once knew, the carefree, cheerful boy who lit up every room he walked into. That boy was gone, replaced by a man completely consumed by his child, living in a world where nothing else seemed no matter. His laughter now only consumed for his baby. His mother noticed the way he brushed the baby's soft hair, going softly at him, unknown to her presence. Tong didn't even glance up as she entered the room, too focused on playing with the child. The baby giggles as Tong offered him a small plushie, a gift his mother once gifted Tong himself. It was Tong's favorite toy from childhood. It now belonged to his baby. The sight of the child clutching it and smiling only made Tong's grin grow wider. Tong, you are so precious, Tong whispered, placing a tender kiss on his baby's forehead. His mother stood by the door, tears were in her eyes. She wanted to speak, to call out him, but her words caught in her throat. She realized that Tong was unreachable, lost in the bond he shared with his child. Tong eventually lay down on the bed with the baby snuggling against his chest. He fed the child a bottle of milk, humming softly as the baby's eyes began to close. Tong himself was exhausted. The dark circle under his eyes, but it didn't seem to mind. His focus was entirely on the baby's comfort. As the child drifted into the sleep, Tong kisses on his tiny hand and held him close. He rested his cheek against the baby's head. In a moment, both of them were fast asleep, their faces peaceful. Tong's mother watched this scene silently, her heart heavy. She couldn't recognize her son anymore, but she also couldn't deny the love and devotion he had for his child. It was both heartbreaking and beautiful. With a quiet sigh, she closed the door softly, leaving Tong with his baby to rest in their little world. She wiped her tear and from her cheek as she walked away, whispering to herself, "He is not the same, but maybe this is who he was meant to be." Shankar gasped as the icy water hit his face, jolting him awake. His hair was yanked back roughly, and his surroundings began to come clear. His eyes darted around the dimly lit room. He was the familiar faces, Jin, Jimin, and Hosyak. Hosyak stood with the empty bucket in his hand, glaring at him. But it was the man standing behind him, Commissioner Kim, who had his hair clenched in his fist, pulling his head back painfully. Shankar let out a harmless laugh despite the pain. Was this a family reunion? He mocked, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Commissioner Kim's grip on the ear tightened as he leaned closer. "What did you do to my son?" he demanded, his sound furious. "Why is he behaving like this? Why does he look like a shadow of you?" Jungkook chuckled, the sound cold and unbothered. "That's Jungkook's effect." A sharp slap landed on his cheek, but Jungkook smirked, licking the blood from the corner of his lips where it had started to leak from his upper lip. Then he laughed, throwing his head back. "You will never get your son back." He stopped laughing, his eyes dark. "He is mine." His eyes went darker. "Only mine." Commissioner Kim's eyes filled with fury. "He is my son," he roared, slapping Jungkook across his face so hard it echoes in the room. Jungkook's head snapped to the side, his cheek instantly reddening, blood trickling from the corner of his mouth, but he didn't react, only laughed darkly. "Jungkook, your son?" Jungkook repeated mockingly, turning his head back to glare at him. "Let me make this clear. Thong belongs to me, not you, not anyone else. Me. And if you think you can take him away, you are dreaming." Hosyak, he stepped forward, his jaw tight with anger. "What the hell did you do to him? Why is he behaving different? He don't even recognize himself anymore. What have you done it to him?" Hosyak's voice was filled with mix of rage and desperation. Jungkook smirked, leaning back into the chair they had tied him up. "I do nothing but love him," he said smugly. Maybe he finally realized who truly cares for him, but that is only John Jungkook. Jimin's patience broke, and he slapped his fist on the table in front of Jungkook. "Answer the damn question," he shouted. "What the hell did you do to Taeyong?" But Jungkook remained unbothered. "Oh, Shorty is on rescue?" He laughed mockingly, earning a slap hard on his cheek. "Jimin, remember this Shorty alone was enough to make you kneel that day, bastard." Jungkook glared at Jimin. Now he remembered because of whom he lost Taeyong in that fight. This is this Shorty. But today he will not back off. "Why do you care so much? You think you are a savior?" Newsflash. He doesn't need saving. He has me. His tone grew darker, his eyes narrowing, "And I will get him back." Commissioner Kim let out a bitter laugh, releasing Jungkook's hair as he stepped back. "You will get nothing," he said coldly, motioning to someone behind him. "Where is your kid, Jungkook?" At this, Jungkook's smug expression turned into a worried one, his eyes narrowing. "What do you mean?" he demanded, his tone sharp. Commissioner Kim smirked. "Your kid is where he should be. Safe away from you." Flash of anger in Jungkook's eyes. "Don't you dare to touch my son," he glowered. Commissioner Kim. "No worry for your son, But guess what? He will stay away from this psycho father forever. And I will decide where he will go, understand?" Jungkook, "Touch my son and see the war burning." Jungkook, "Mean it." The burn in his eyes say it all. Commissioner Kim raised an eyebrow. "Your son?" "Just like that. Taeyong is my son," he taunted. "You took my son, Jungkook. I'm just returning the favor." Jungkook breathed grew heavier, his eyes dark with rage. "Give me my son back," he hollered. "And Taeyong too. They are mine." His voice rising. "Do you hear me? Mine." But Commissioner Kim only chuckled. "You can laugh all you want, John." "Jungkook," he said, his voice ice cold, "but I will never let you have my son again, and you will never see that child of yours." Jungkook grew his head back, laughing bitterly despite the situation. You really think you can win? He smacked. Thong is mine, and one way or another, I will get them both. His laugh echoed in the room, chilling their bones, as if daring them to try to stop him. Jungkook's mocking laughter filled the air. Mocking commissioner came further. His eyes burned with fury as he ordered. Jin, Jimin, bind him to the pole. Jungkook didn't resist, as Jin and Jimin hesitated but obeyed. They tied his hand tightly behind on the each two pole, securing him on the pole in the center of the dimly lit room. Commissioner Kim grabbed a stick, gritting his teeth tightly as he approached Jungkook. Laugh all you want, John Jungkook, he growled, his voice low and meaning. But I will make you regret every single thing you have done to my son. Jungkook tilted his head, his lips curling into a smirk. Go ahead, he taunted. You think you can break me? Do your worst. With a growl, Commissioner Kim swung his sting, hitting Jungkook across his ribs. The force raised echoes in the room, but Jungkook only laughed harder. Jimin flinched, his hand trembling as he watches the scene unfold. Commissioner Kim, maybe we should. Commissioner Kim, stay out of this. Commissioner Kim snapped, cutting Jimin off. He swung the stick again and this time hit Jungkook's shoulder. Confess, admit what you did to Taeyong. But Jungkook didn't move. Admit what? He said, blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. That I love him, that I kept him safe when you couldn't, that he chose me over you. The word only fueled Commissioner Kim anger. He hit Jungkook again, this time aiming his leg, but Jungkook's mocking laughter didn't stop. Commissioner Kim, why won't you just confess? Commissioner Kim roared, frustrated. Jungkook, because there's nothing to confess, he said simply. You think beating me will change anything? Taeyong will come back to you. He always does. And he will. No one can stop my baby to come to me. Jin's face twisted with unease as he watched blood-soaked Jungkook shut. Sir, he is not going to break, he muttered, his voice low. This isn't working. But Commissioner Kim was too far gone, his grip on the stick tightened. He raised it again, ready to hit Jungkook's voice stopped him. You are only proving my point. Jungkook said, his tone suddenly calm, but though his body trembling with the pain of beating. Taeyong left because of you, because of your control, your rules, your inability to let him live on his own life. You think you are protecting him, but all you are doing is pushing him closer to me. The word hit like a slap, and for a moment, Commissioner Kim stopped. Jungkook grabbed the opportunity, leaning forward. Despite the chilling pain, his voice tensions. Jungkook, you can take him away. You can beat me to bloody, but you will never change the truth. Taeyong is mine, body, heart, soul, and he will find his way back to me, no matter what you do. Jimin and Jin exchanged an uneasy glare. Jungkook's word made them uneasy. Commissioner Kim's face hardened, but the hesitation in his eyes betrayed his doubt. Still, he refused to back down, his hand shaking as he held his stick. Commissioner Kim, let's see if your stubbornness lasts. He murmured, his voice cold, before turning to Jin and Jimin. Give him here. No food, no water. Let him rot until he breaks. Jungkook chuckled, his head tilting back to the air. You will have to do better than that, he said. I will survive divorce. What Taeyong? I will survive everything. Hoseok, Jimin and Jin sat in the cozy living room, Commissioner Kim's house, dressed casually as they waited for Taeyong to wake up. They hadn't had a proper chance to meet him since he returned. Jimin held the baby in his arms, rocking him gently. At first, Jimin hesitated to even touch the child. His dislikes for anything related to Jungkook blinded him. But now, as he looked into the baby's innocence, he saw the trace of Taeyong's soft feature. His eyes softened. The baby quiesced, grabbing onto Jimin's finger with the tiny hand, making him smile. Jimin, look at him, Jimin said, clencing her chin, who leaned in to tickle the baby's cheek. He's so small and cute, he doesn't even know what's going on around him. Jimin nodded, taking the baby into his arms. Jimin passes him the baby. It's hard to believe this little one is Jungkook's, he muttered, passing the baby gently. He looks so like Dong. It's almost impossible to care for him. Hoseok sailed across the dam, watching the interaction with the thoughtful expression. It's not the baby's fault, he said quietly. He didn't ask for any of this. He's just a child, cog in the middle of all this chaos. The room fell silent as all three of them turned to Commissioner Kim, who was looking out of the window, his arms crossed tightly over his chest. That baby's every existence is a reminder of Jeon Jungkook, he said sharply, not bothering to look at them. I don't want anything in this house that will remind Dong of him, not even this child. Jimin's grip tightened on the baby's small hand as the word hits him. Sir, with all due respect, he began hesitantly. The baby was no fault in this. He is innocent. You can't just. Commissioner Kim, I can and I will. Commissioner Kim interrupted firmly. He turned to face them. Dong needs to move on from Jungkook completely. As long as that child is here, he will never be able to do that. I will not let Jungkook's shadow linger in my son's life any longer. Hoseok frowned, sitting up straightly. But Dong clearly loves this child. You have seen how he is with him. Taking the baby away will only break him more. Commissioner Kim's face struck on him. He will get over of this, he said coldly. He has to. I will make sure of it. Jin cradled the baby closer, his heart rushing as he listened. Sir, this child is part of Dong. If you take him away, you are not just erasing Jungkook, you are erasing a part of your own son. Commissioner Kim's gaze expression softened for a moment, but he quickly masked it. I am doing what best for Dong, he said firmly. He is my son and I know what is best for him. Jimin's expression exchanged a troubled glance with Jin and Hoseok. They are shadowed with sadness. The baby was unknown to the tension, let out a small giggle, his tiny hand grabbing at Jin's shirt. Jimin, how can you look at him and not feel anything? Jimin asked it quietly, and voice laced with frustration and sorrow. He's not just Jungkook's child, he is Dong's too, and Dong loves him more than anything. Don't take him away from him. But Commissioner Kim's expression remained unmoved. This isn't up for the discussion, he said, turning away. I will handle it. This child will not stay in this house. As the Commissioner Kim left the room, the three of them sat in silence. Jin glanced down at the baby, who had drifted off to sleep in his arms, his small shades rising and falling peacefully. Jin, this isn't right, Jin murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. Hoseok. No, it's not, Hoseok agreed. But what can we do? Jimin clenched his fist. We protect him, he said firmly. No matter what, we will protect him for Dong. When Dong woke up, his hand instinctively reached out the empty space beside him. Panic rushed through him as he realized that his son, Taijun, wasn't there. His heart started racing. Taijun? He called out desperately, scanning the room. He moved to the cover of the sheet, searching beneath them. He ran the closet, checking inside, then the bathroom, but the baby wasn't there. Tears started falling down as he began to cry. Clutching his head, where is my baby? He whispered it to himself, his voice trembling with fear. Dong went to the door, pulling it open, his hand trembling, and hurriedly went downstairs. His mind raced with horrified thoughts. What if they took him away? What if he never saw his son again? As he reached the living room, his teary eyes locked with the scene that stopped his breath. Jin, sitting on the couch with Taijun in his arms, gently bouncing the baby to calm him down. Taijun was crying softly. Without a second thought, Dong rushed toward them. Give him back to me, he shouted, startling everyone. He snatched Taijun from Jin's arms and held it tightly to his chest, tears streaming down his face as he kissed his son's forehead repeatedly. Shh, it's okay, Mama is here. I won't let anyone take you away, he whispered, the baby rocking him back and front. Jin, Hoseok, and Jimin were shocked, unsure to how to approach Dong in this state. Jin opened his mouth to explain, but before he could, Dong glanced at all of them, his eyes burning with anger and fear. Dong, were you going to take him away from me? Tong's voice cracked as he began. Taijun, closer. I won't let you. He is mine. You can't take him away from me. Do you understand? No one said anything, but Commissioner Kim's deep, commanding voice was heard. Enough, Tong. Tong froze, his father's authoritative tone silencing him. He turned slowly, his teary eyes meeting his father's cold gaze. Commissioner Kim, the baby was crying while you were asleep. No one here was willing to disturb you, so Jin took him to calm him down. That's all. Tong's lips trembled as he tried to process his father's word. No one is willing to play with the unwanted child. His father added coldly. Tong Asung, remember that. Tong's legs became jelly. He felt his heart shatter as he stared at his father in disbelief. Tong, unwanted? He repeated, his voice barely above a whisper. Commissioner Kim didn't flinch. Yes, that child is nothing but a reminder of John Jungkook. He doesn't belong to this house. Tong, you are only one clinging onto him, and it's time to let go. Taijun, sensing his father's distress, began to cry again. Tong held him tighter, tears falling uncontrollably as he kissed his son's forehead. Tong, he is not unwanted, he said firmly. He is John Jungkook's and my son, mine. And if no one else wants him, I don't care. I will raise him on my own. I don't need any of you. His father's eyes narrowed. Don't be ridiculous, Tong. You don't even know what you are saying. Tong, I know exactly what I am saying. Tong snapped, his voice rising. If you can't accept my son, then you don't accept me. He is my word now, and I will do whatever it takes me to protect him, even if that means leaving this house. The room fell into a heavy silence. Everyone stunned by the Tong's defense. Taijun whimpered in his arms, and Tong gently shushed him, saying back and front. Hoseok finally broke the silence, stepping forward cautionally. Tong, he said softly, no one taking your son away. We were just trying to help. Please don't think otherwise. Tong looked at Hoseok, his eyes filled with pain. Then don't touch him, he said quietly but firmly. He is all I have. Nodded, backing away. Jin and Jimin stayed silent, their expression filled with guilt and sadness. Tears fell down at their eyes. They realized that they had lost their friend. Tong turned and walked back upstairs, cradling Taijun again, leaving everyone no wonder how long Tong could hold himself together and what they could do to help him to heal. Commissioner Kim's finger busted and he kicked the table in front of him. It crashed against the floor with a loud bang, his eyes blazed with fury as he stood there, breathing heavily. Commissioner Kim, this is why I don't want that unwanted child in my house, he shouted. As long as that kid is here, as long as he is clinging to that child, we will never get Tong back. He is not my son, I once knew, and this will be the thing that keep him from returning back to us. This ridiculous attachment to a child that doesn't belong here. Tong will never be the same as long as that kid in his life. Commissioner Kim continued, his voice laid with bitterness. You all know it too. He is not the boy we raised anymore. He is lost to us. The room was filled with a silence as everyone processes his words. No one dared to speak. The reality was too harsh to deny. That had all watched Tong Shenjin, once a bright, lively soul full of dream, now a man consumed by his obsession with his child that seemed to have stolen away from them. Until that kid is gone, Tong will never come back to us, not the way he used to be. Commissioner Kim said, his voice softer now but no less firm. And none of you can change that. I am telling you, this is for his own good. Jin glanced at Jimin and Hoseok, each of them silently agreeing. They knew Mr. Kim's father wasn't just talking about the child, he was talking about the hold Jungkook had on Tong. How Tong had been consumed by his new life, a life that had only torn him apart. Hoseok, there's nothing we can do. Hoseok murmured, his voice barely audible. Tong, he is not the same. Jin sighed deeply, his eyes filled with sorrow. He is lost in all this, and we can't get him back until he let go of one thing he is holding on to. Commissioner Kim nodded, his jaw clenching tightly. Exactly. As long as the child is here, we will never see that dog we used to know. And that's why I can't allow it. He is a distraction. One that's running everything. He needs to forget about it. Jimin sighed as he watched Dong gently rock his baby in his arms. His eyes filled with love and devotion. This wasn't the same Dong he used to know, the caring, bright friend who would drag him out to the late night snacks and run about the last time. No, this Dong was different. A tear slipped from his eyes. Dong is broken, yet vastly protective. Still, Jimin will try, slowly stepping closer. Hey Dong, it's been a while. How are you doing? Dong grip on his child tightened as he eyed Jimin warily. Why are you here? His voice was cold and distant. Jimin forced a smile. I just wanted to see you, to see how you and the baby are doing. Dong scoffed, looking down at his son. You all just want to take him away from me. His fingers brushed through the baby's soft hair. But I won't let you. He is mine. My everything. Jimin sighed, shaking his head. That's not true, Dong. I just wanted to see my old friend again. The one who used to laugh at my bad jokes. Who used to sigh loudly in the car. Who Jimin eyed gathered the tears. And Dong scolded him. Dong, the old me is cold. Dong cut him off sharply, his eyes now dark. My world is just Jungkook and Taejun now. Nothing else matters. Jimin felt a painful twist in his chest. He had never seen Dong like this before, so lost, so utterly consumed by his child and the man who had twisted his life. He realized that if anyone tries to take Taejun away, Dong wouldn't survive it. Still, he refused to give up. So he sat down beside him and began talking about the old days, about their childhood memories, about the time they used to cause trouble together. For a brief moment, Jimmy saw it, the tiniest flicker in the old Dong in his eyes, a small smile. It wasn't much, but it was a start. Jimmy noticed the way Dong's grip on the baby loosened just a little, how his eyes softened at the mention of the old days. It was a small crack in the wall Dong had filled around him, but Jimin was determined to push further. You remember, don't you? Jimin said gently, placing a hand in front of the baby, who was now laying on the bed. Those nights, where we used to sneak out just to get ramen from the tiny shop near the town. He smiles when the baby's small face grabbed his finger, giggling. How Jin Young would always scold us, but then end up joining us. Dong blinked, his lips parting slightly as if he was about to say something, but he stayed silent, watching Jimin playing with Taejun, kissing him softly, taking him in his arms. And that one time, we pranked Hosyeokang. We swapped his protein powder with flour. Jimin chuckled, nugging him lightly. He was so pissed, he chased her around the house. A small, almost inaudible smile crossed over Dong's lips. Jimin took it as a sign and he kept going. You were so happy back then, Tae. We all were. His voice grew softer. You smiled so much, laughed so much. Dong exhaled shakily, looking at Taejun, who was now playing with Jimin. Here, throwing his arm and leg in the air. His fingers brushed over the baby's tiny hand in as his mind wandered back to those days. The carefree moment with friends was filled with laughter, teasing, and warmth. For a split second, Jimin saw his old friend, a real thing, but as quickly it disappeared. The light faded from Thong's eyes, his expression hardened as he held Taejun closer. Thong, that was a long time ago, Jimin. Things are different now. Jimin's heart clenched, throat burning, holding back his tears. Thong, my happiness is here. Thong whispered, pressing a soft kiss on his baby's forehead. It's just me, Jungkook, and Taejun now. Nothing else matters. Jimin salvaged the love in his throat. He wanted to argue, to tell Thong that he still matter, that they all still matter. But looking at the baby, Thong held on to the child as if he was the last thread of sanity. Jimin realized the truth. Thong wasn't the same person anymore, and what if never returned back? Jimin but let me help you. You, however you want. They, call me whenever you want. I will be here, always available. Taeyong thought for some time before saying, take me out to meet Yoongi. Jimin's breath he shed the moment he mentioned Yoongi's name. His finger curled into a fist. He hesitated, his heart pounding in his chest. Why? Do you want to meet Yoongi Young? Taeyong, cradling Taejun in his arms, looked at Jimin. Can I meet Jungkook? He asked. Jimin swallowed hard, shaking his head instantly. No, Taeyong, you can't. A dry chuckle escaped Taeyong's lips. Then that's why I need to meet Yoongi. His gaze darkened. If I can't see Jungkook, Yoongi is the only one who can make it happen. Jimin's stomach twisted uncomfortably. No, he said firmly. I won't take you to him. Taeyong let out a small, almost amused laugh. And here, I thought you wanted to help me, Jimin? His voice was smoking. Wasn't that what you said? That you wanted to bring the old me back? Jimin wanted to help. He had come here with the intention of pulling Taeyong out of whatever dark hole he had fallen into. But this, whatever Taeyong is planning, it didn't feel right. Still, he looked into Taeyong's pleading gaze. He knew he was trapped. With a sigh, Jimin closed his eyes, exhaling. Fine, I will take you to Yoongi. Taeyong smirked. Good choice, Jimin. Yoongi, Jimin, and Taeyong sit in the quiet corner of the cafe. The warm aroma of the coffee filled the air, but none of them seemed to care about it. Taeyong clutched Taejun protectively in his arms, unwilling to let go the baby out of his sight for even a second. He couldn't take any risk. Yoongi leaned back to his chair, eyeing Taeyong carefully before exhaling. So, what do you want to know, Taeyong? Jimin said you wanted to meet. He asked. Taeyong's finger tightened around the cup. How is Jungkook? He asked. Yoongi glanced at Jimin, who shifted uncomfortably before looking away. With a sigh, Yoongi answered, not good, but he is enduring it. He paused, watching Taeyong closely. For you, he will endure anything, even death. A small satisfied smile tugged at Taeyong's lips. He nodded as if he had expected the answer. Tell him to hold on the strand. That is not gonna go easy on him. Yoongi nodded. Suddenly, Taejun let out a small whine, stretching his tiny arm towards Yoongi with grabby hands. Yoongi blinked in surprise before chuckling, quickly lifting the baby onto his lap. Did you miss Uncle Yoon? He quizzed, bounding the child gently. Taejun giggled in response, his tiny hand putting Taeyong's face as he purred against him. Jimin watched this scene with a strange feeling in his chest, but he stayed silent. For a moment, Taeyong reached onto his pocket, pulling out a small envelope and delicate silver pendant. He placed it on the table in front of Yoongi. I have something for Jungkook, Taeyong said, his tone soft but firm. Give him this letter and this pendant so he knows it's really from me. Yoongi glanced at Jimin, silently asking for an opinion. Jimin quickly shook his head, clearly against the idea. But after a moment of hesitation, Yoongi reached forward and picked up the envelope and the pendant, slipping them into his pocket. Taeyong's lips curved into a small smile. I'm trusting you, Yoongi. Don't break my trust. Yoongi made his gaze and nodded. I won't. As they wrapped up their conversation inside the cafe, Jimin turned to Taeyong. Jimin, go wait in the car, he said. I need to talk to Yoongi alone. Taeyong narrowed his eyes but didn't argue. With Taejun securely in his arms, he walked out, leaving Jimin and Yoongi behind. Once Taeyong was gone, Jimin crossed his arms and stared at Yoongi. Jimin, so, you knew from the start, didn't you? He asked. Yoongi looked down, nodding silently. Jimin scoffed. You knew he was pregnant. Yoongi again nodded. Then why the hell you didn't say anything to me that day? I cried in front of you, Yoongi. I was broken, and you just stood there saying nothing. How can you be this cruel, Yoongi? Can you understand this is not right? The baby's timing isn't right. Can you understand? He asked it desperately, tears falling from his eyes. Yoongi, I understand everything, Jimin, but it wasn't in my hand. You needed to understand this, Jimin. I am not in charge of all this. I am just a worker in Jungkook's club. Yeah, I understand he treated me and Namjoon Young like his brother, but that doesn't consider me or Namjoon Young what will affect him in any way we say or not. He will do whatever the fuck he wants. Jimin, still Yoongi, still. You should have told me about his plan. Now you see how his father doesn't want him to keep this kid. Why didn't you tell me? We should have made him understand this is wrong. Now see, everything is so messy. Yoongi sighed, turning a hand through his hair. Because I can't betray Jungkook. He said simply, Jungkook is like my brother to me. Jimin, I couldn't go against him. Jimin stuck rigid, and now your brother is rooting behind the bars. He's mad. Yoongi shook his head. Not for long, he said firmly. I will do anything to bring him back. The plan is already in motion. Jimin let out a harmless laugh. A plan? You think any plan is going to work? Commissioner King will never let that happen. Yoongi, even the best lawyer of the country won't able to help you. Yoongi remained silent for a moment. I don't care, I will still try. Yoongi sighed, shaking his head. I will help. Yoongi's eyes narrowed. Why will you? Jimin held up a hand. Don't get too excited. I'm not doing it for Jungkook. I'm doing it for Taeyong. The only under my condition. Yoongi hopefully looked at Jimin. What conditions? Jimin smirked. We'll find out when we meet again. Same cafe. Be ready. With that, he turned and walked away, leaving Yoongi staring at him with mix of frustration and curiosity.